really important that we begin to change the mindset of young people to know that your vote counts.
They don't understand that the legislative arm of government is actually a co-equal arm of government.
We have an incredible amount of potential.
Whatever it is I was doing, because of my personal DNA, it had to be of an international standard.
Which is what, seriously speaking, is all about. Yes, today, what are we talking about? Social media as a social cause. It's possible, yeah, because with all the attention people are getting on social media, oldies like us get a little bit confused about what is actually happening there. We're being pulled in there kicking and screaming. But recent events made me start to think about the fact that, there are some good things about this WWW world after all. Two stories that stuck out in the last couple of months in Lagos and resonated around the world were about around one young woman and one young man. One is Olajumoke. The other one is a painter who, by virtue of the fact that their work or knowledge of them got on social media, they got the kind of attention that they would never have dreamt in their lives. And I thought, if people would use social media for positive activities, then the world truly will be a better place. And so today, I have two experts in the house. Experts to the extent that collectively, they've done this field for more than 16, 18, 20 years. They're younger than I am, obviously, and they're very active on social media. But they do stuff that also is in that area. I'll be welcoming them onto the studio on Seriously Speaking, if you don't go away, in a short while. Welcome. This is Seriously Speaking, and my name is Adesuwa Onyinokwe. By the 1st of July this year, the company whose representative is here on the studio with me had started what a lot of people didn't think would become something big. The company is called BellaNaija. Suddenly, there's this mysterious young woman, we didn't know it was a young woman, with pictures and things happening online, and taking the world by storm. And it's my pleasure to welcome the wedding director, or the wedding editor from that organization called Nkechi Eze. Hi, Nkechi.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
Nice to meet you.
But I do wonder, though, do people know when they see you that you're the founder's sister, Uche?
Yes,
because you sound alike, you look alike.
Yeah, we do sound alike and we do look alike. Some people think we're twins, so that's great. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, she's your older sister?
Yes, she is.
Now, what's the spirit behind BellaNaija? Let me start from there, because even though you joined her only a few years ago as a staff, you must understand what the spirit is like since you grew up together.
Of course. The spirit of BellaNaija is spreading positivity, spreading a positive image of Africans. It was started when Uche was away from the country, just finished her university studies and about to start her first job. So she missed home and she always loved looking at photos of events. And 10 years ago, Twitter was just starting, YouTube was just starting. There was no Instagram, no Snapchat, no Periscope, none of that.
That's a new one.
Yes, it was the fastest growing social media last year. There was none of those social networks. So people wanted a connection to home. And it started off with posting events and evolved into style, lifestyle, cooking, weddings in 2007. And that's how it started.
So, Nkechi, you are the wedding editor. That's not by accident, it's not by accident, is it?
No, absolutely not. I started off in marketing right after university. So I was working for a Fortune 500 company. And
you did go to an Ivy League. You went to Brown University.
Yes, I did. I had a great time there. So I approached Uche from that marketing standpoint. And I said, hey, microblogging is really popular. There's Instagram, there's Twitter. People want information in small bites.
Now, you were in America and
yes.
She was in Lagos.
Yes, yes. But thank God for social media. I hadn't even seen her for like a year or a year and a half, but we communicated every single day. And, that's how I started off the Instagram. And with her guidance, we built it to where it is today. We have over 1 million followers on Instagram. There's only a handful of Nigerians that have that honor so far. And we're so grateful. We're verified on Facebook. And that's because we've been able to generate excitement around Nigerian weddings, both in the country, in Africa, and all over the world.
Social media comes with responsibilities. I'll take a break so that I can invite somebody who's very noble to join me on set and talk about the takeaways of social media as well and a little bit about his life. Thank you, Nkechi. We'll be back on the panel. Don't go away.
Thank you.
We'll be back on the show. This is Seriously Speaking. My next guest, when it comes to media and marketing, is quite well known in Nigeria because he doesn't hide his face. Everybody sees what he does. He's a stylish young man who, well, let him walk in, because even his name has those tendencies of royalty. So I'd advise, my crew says I must get him to walk in on set. So can I have the Igwe, the noble Igwe walking? Noble Igwe, 1,500. Give me a hug now.
Thank you.
Do you think Choma wouldn't like that?
She would. Like,
Choma, by the way, is his fiancé, right?
Yes.
It's not news.
Well, customary, we're married, so like traditionally we're married, so she's my wife.
So you have done the Igbankuko or? Igbanko.
Yes,
okay.
Igbanko.
Igbanko, that's been done. So she's giving you the wine. She's picked you as the one that she wants to stay with.
Yes, like in the crowd of so many handsome men and well-built men, she chose me to marry.
Okay, that's interesting. And how did your life become so public? You are geography and urban regional planning.
Yeah. Sometimes, like, I think about that every day, and I'll be like, how did I get here? But most importantly, how do I stay here? So, how do I get here? I've always been popular. I've always been popular from when I was growing up in the church.
And this is not like just tooting your own horn.
Yeah, this is just me being very modest. I was in the Boys Brigade in the church, so I played the trumpet in the church with the Boys Brigade band, and so I was that guy who people said dresses well, and so I had people who talk to me back in the day, and my mom would go to the market, and people go like, oh, you're Nobu's mom, or my dad goes out, people go like, oh, you're Nobu's dad.
So when I come back on the panel, I would like to take on, again, the positive side of social media and how that has worked for you and some guidelines for people who don't want to use it positively, that is.
Yeah.
It's nice talking to you. We're back in a short while with the Bella rep and Noble on the panel on Seriously Speaking. Yes, welcome back. Just before we came back, I was telling my guest that I'm totally petrified of social media. Petrified, because first of all, you lose your individuality, I think. Noble, don't you?
I agree and I disagree at the same time. Now, thing is, social media, like everything that you do, is you can decide what you want to put out there and what you don't want to put out there.
Yeah, but it appears to me that the more you put out there these days, the more you get followers, isn't it?
No, but you can put out a lot more out there of same thing. Let me give an example. Every day I take a picture in front of my door, or every other day. A lot of people know that this is Nobuligwe's door. Most people don't even know where the house is.
But what do you think about that, social media being that intrusive kind of thing?
I really think it's...
Well, you grew up on it.
Yes, I grew up in it, so it's slightly different. But I really think that you have the choice. And Noble is a great example because, he just got engaged and he just had his traditional marriage.
How did that happen? Nobody knew.
No one knew. So he's a great example.
And he's very active on social media.
Exactly, and he goes for events, and they even went for events together. He wasn't hiding her.
I wasn't hiding her.
But it's just controlling your image. You have the power to... You
can do that. Like, when people ask, oh, how long have you known Noble? Like, since 2013, we've been together. People are like, no way. I was like, yeah.
But that's going to change now, though, because now she's publicly identified as,
Yeah, I mean, she is, but...
She ready for it?
I don't know if she's ready, but nobody's really ready until you get into it. But the thing is, you can also decide how much you want to put out there. That's the basic, simple rules.
Okay, we talk about being ready for it. Two people that were not ready for it, that I believe they were not. Olajumoke, for example. You remember the Olajumoke story?
Absolutely.
Yes. Suddenly she became a star, somebody who sells bread.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, but people try to capitalize on that. That's why I thought to myself, shouldn't people thinking how they can make social media pay for others? What do you think?
I think it's really important that nowadays in social media, a story went viral that was positive. Because nowadays with shade and tea and all that, we get a lot of ratchetness. Tea is dish or dirt on somebody. So I have tea for you, like I have gist for you. Okay. Shade is when you diss somebody sneakily without them knowing.
That's word for disrespect.
Yes, exactly, shade. And then ratchet is when somebody's local or raz, but in a hood good type of way. So in this day and age, that's what's reigning. You know, the Shade Room has 4 million followers on Instagram, and that's in a year or two. So it's so good that at least it was a positive story that went viral.
Okay, I mean, for me, isn't that a sense of responsibility for those who use social media too? And what would you tell somebody who's planning to take social media and use it?
Well, the thing is, like, for everyone who is on social media helps your business grow faster if you use it very well. Like when you're talking about a Shade Room, 4 million followers in less than a year, that's huge. But the good thing is someone owns that. The bad thing is people are only following because of the shade.
And she's Nigerian, and she was on Time's top 30 most influential people this past year.
Yeah, by just having an Instagram page.
Yep, and she's just 25 or 26.
And Shade does what again?
Shade is a sneak diss at somebody. And also, I mean, recently we had the case of the woman in Enugu with conjoined twins, that the hospital didn't want to release the twins. And that was another way that social media helped. It got people to petition, it got people to talk about it.
But we must say, I mean, like, there's a yin and a yang, you know, there's some negative about social media.
I mean, there's a lot of negative about social media, but you also have to decide how involved we want to get into. Let me give an example. So I got married, pictures on social media, but I knew before I got married I wasn't going to go to read any article. I wasn't going to go to check anybody's comment. I wasn't going to go to see what you think about me, my wife, my wedding, or any of those things. I'm going to keep it moving. I will look for ways to make more money. I'm not going to pay attention to you. So whatever you're saying out there on social media, I'm sorry, but I wouldn't get to read that. But that's like, yes.
So tell me, how should we handle social media? Okay, not necessarily people who are not there, who are scared like me, that getting on that platform, you know, of course, by virtue of my job, I have to be. But I just wonder, for people who look at it and say, it's only negative, how can you convince them that it is positive too? They can decide to do something about it.
Absolutely. I think be controlled, be very conscious of what you're putting out there. So by Noble standing on his step every day, he's putting his style
Can we
forward.
get them to do the right thing, for example? I mean, if we say we don't want to be in there, I mean, we can cause a change too, can't we?
Yeah. Absolutely. You can be in there small. Me personally, I don't put out what I'm doing every day or every week. I only put out when I'm here for fabulous occasions like this. I don't feel the need to share when I'm at a wedding because I think that's personal to me.
What do you think about it?
I mean, I like you know, I'm not saying this because I know I mentioned Uche a whole lot of time today, but when...
No, it's fine, I mean...
when her sister was pregnant, people didn't even know she was pregnant. When she gave birth, she came out to say...
When we say people, it means the public.
The public. I mean, for someone who owns one of the Nigerians' biggest sites, people expect that her daily life is there. Is something they should know.
Yep.
So she should tell them when she's pregnant. She should tell them when it's 6 months. She should be able to like update them every day. But she was pregnant.
That's why some pregnancies feel longer because you've been seeing it since day one. You're like, aren't they going to give birth?
So the idea is keep some things private.
Absolutely.
Whatever it is. And then also for those who are even followers or whatever, you can also redirect your following or whatever.
To your business, to other positive things, your other positive hobbies like, you have, your cooking, your running.
1 year, when I started posting my daily pictures, I became a brand ambassador for Ray Martin. I became the brand ambassador for Lagos Fashion and Design Week. I became a brand ambassador for People.
So even if people are hating on you, what this or whatever?
Shade.
It doesn't matter. No. Because people say Noble like himself too much.
It's fine. Yeah, my bank account likes myself too, especially so.
That's your strategy.
Yeah.
So I want us to round up by giving, if nothing else at all, I mean, what should people take away about social media being positive?
I think, honestly, put your best foot forward.
You?
And I also think, following up on what she said, a whole lot of us went on with the Olajumoke story.
Yeah.
I believe there's a whole lot of Olajumokes out there.
Absolutely.
And if you think you're influential, if you think you have opportunity, look around you, look beside you, pick someone, help someone.
Well, thank you so much. It's never time enough on this show to talk, but it was nice having you. Two young people.
Lovely meeting you.
Very young.
On the set, because you're younger, huh? And I wish you well with your weddings, and I wish you well with your wedding, too.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
So we'll see you again next week. That's been Seriously Speaking for today. Bye.